Hey everyone, welcome to my weekly messages. I'm Jalela Starr. I know I said I wasn't going to do these every week, but here I am. You know, it seems like the times are just such that we have to keep going, we have to keep communicating, we have to keep putting information out there into the mass consciousness to help us all get through these incredible, unprecedentedly chaotic times. And we're making it, guys, we're making it. You know, September 30th was around the end of the Summer of Blood. And even though it went out with a bang, I mean, literally, with the Vegas, now they're calling it a massacre because so many people have died as a result of that, we still made it. We're not, remember what the thing was. They said we have to get through it without ending up in a civil war or and all of our president still in office and still in power and still, of course, alive. So we have accomplished that. Not only that, the other two presidents, China and Russia, are also still in power. So third time is a charm. We're making it this time. So what does that mean? What does making it mean? It means that we have pretty much assured, like 99%, that not only are we going to successfully complete our jump into this new timeline. I mean, we're moving into it now, but we're not fully into it yet. And it ends up being where we want it to be, where we can create harmony and diversity in the kind of life we want. And the earth will stay intact. I mean, we're almost completely there. But not only that, we have assured, for the most part, that we can end this universal game for the souls who are ready to move on to a new universe, and actually some of them may become prime creators of their own universe. I mean, there are some pretty advanced souls down here on the planet right now. So, but we still have some work to do, and every time the Cabal does something like, every time they make a play in this polarity, this is a sacred game. I know I use the term game, but what I mean by that is it is the game of the highest, most sacred level. In other words, it's a game that souls play, creator gods and goddesses, to create realities that they can then use to integrate. And because the game in this, for soul evolution in this universe, as I understand it, is polarity integration, which is the integration of the light and the dark. So the dark makes a play, the light makes a play, right? Okay, so you know, after Hurricane Harvey, we made the light made a play, and we unified and we supported, and you know, we didn't get into the mudslinging as much as we may have done before. And then when Irma came along, we're like going, okay, we kind of get this. We knew about the weather wars. We understood about weather manipulation and modification. But instead of being angry, many of us chose to just send love and light and support to those people who were going to be affected, and to the hurricane itself, because we realized that the hurricane was actually, you know, the dark ultimately serves the light, and it was serving to unify us at a time when, if we were going to end up like we did in the past grand experiments, we would need to have been divided and fighting with each other. So it took us out of the fighting and divided mode into unifying. And so it served a higher purpose. And as a result, that hurricane, which they expected to be a category 5 or 6, a super hurricane, ended up being minimal. Now, some areas did get affected more than others, but the kind of catastrophic changes or damage that they were looking for did not happen. So then we had Maria? And again, one area was more affected than the areas that they had planned to be affected, and people are sending support to that area as well. So now we have, at the end of the Summer of Blood, which is around September 30th, the Cabal making another play. And this is like their big finale. So I understand that was what was behind the Vegas shootings on September 30th. But the thing is, guys, whether it's a Cabal or not a Cabal, whether it's a lone guy or he was a patsy, that is not as important as what we do with it. Are we going to take that event and turn it into another opportunity to make a big jump in consciousness. That, I believe, is what we're really being called to do. So, for that reason, I'm going to devote the next Monday night Compassion Creator, Compassion Creator call. I couldn't remember what we called them. 60, what can I say? The Compassion Creator call to taking that event through the formula of compassion. And what we'll do is we'll take it into that neutral zone and we'll nullify it. We'll neutralize that energy and then take that energy and move it into the mass consciousness where it can heal and help awaken, because we have a fourth mass awakening happening, and that actually was like the starting of that fourth mass of awakening. So we'll share more about that on the call. In fact, my crew and I, we spent like an hour going through the Vegas shooting just to find the higher perspective and all the little nuggets and all the beautiful things that we could, that were in there that most people would not have necessarily seen. So we want to share those with you so that you too can achieve that consciousness, because I know many of you are looking for, how do I do my part? Well, this is how we're going to do our part. We're going to achieve compassion. We're going to put that up into the grid, and it's going to fly through the grid, and it's going to help continue to awaken and make massively positive changes. So I hope you'll join me. It'll be 7:30 tomorrow night. That's Central Time. And the number and the access code are on the website, and it will be posted in the body of this message. So if you're not on the Nibiruin Council mailing list, which is absolutely free, just go over to the website and subscribe, and that way you'll be there. But anytime you need to find the access code and the number, just go to the page on the website called Compassion Support Calls, and I'll have not only that information, but I'll also have an archive of all the calls we've done in this process of this new assignment, which is the fourth mass awakening and exiting the matrix. I mean, we are pretty much almost out. I mean, we have created we've taken it from like a little bitty, trail through the woods to where it's now opening and it's a road. So we're making progress, guys. So I'll talk to you tomorrow night. Take care. Bye-bye.